All right, so I have here an excerpt at the beginning of a Bach chorale. O Haupt, voll, Blut, und Wunden is my absolutely terrible German pronunciation, but that is the name of this chorale. Let's hear it. Okay, let's slow it down just a touch, because that was a little hard to wrap our heads around. Okay, one more time, a little bit slower tempo. Okay, so there's a modulation here. Um, so how do I know? There are two things that tell me right away that there's a modulation happening here. One is that we start and end in a different spot. So here we have F, A, D. So probably in, could be D minor, but probably C is our note. So F, A, C. So we're in F probably here. We'll confirm that in just a second, but trust me for a minute, we're in F here. Um, and we end in D here. Minor, D minor. So, and this feels like tonic. So that says probably a modulation. Another thing that tells me probably a modulation is I start to see some accidentals pop up right here. Okay. And uh, whenever you see sharps pop up, you can make a guess, and this isn't a surefire thing, but you can make a guess that those sharps are leading tones, right? So when I see a bunch of C sharps pop up, my gut says we're probably heading to some kind of D. It might be major or minor, I don't know, but just by seeing these C sharps, I might start thinking of D. Um, Now you might notice there are flats here as well, but don't get confused by those. This is just a weird MuseScore thing. Um, B flat is in the key signature, and it's showing them here. I'm not sure why it's showing these flats. Can I just, yeah, there we go. There, cool. Those are in the key signature, so don't get thrown off by those. Okay, so let's do a little analysis. So let's do. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's say we're in F. So we're going to do F colon, meaning this is our analysis in F. So let's call this, we don't really need to call this 1 actually. Let's call this a DFA, which is going to be what in the key of F? It's going to be a 6. So we're going to start on a 6, which is okay. It's Bach. You know, he's tricky. Okay, then we're going to go to here. And what do we got here? We have D, F, D, B. So how do we get that into a triad? B flat, sorry. B flat, D, F is our triad in the key of F. That is a major, 4. Okay, let's go to the next downbeat, or not the next downbeat, but the next beat. We're going to call these two notes here pathing notes because they're stepwise in between. Feels pretty good to call those passing. What do we have here? A, C, F, A. So we have a 1. And if we want to be fancy, we call it a 1-6 because it's a inversion 6. It's really hard to write inversions here in MuseScore because I can't do like a subscript, like a really small 6. That's what it should be. Okay, let's go on to the next chord. And what do we have here? So we have D, B, that's a G, and G. So G, B flat, D is a 2 chord. And then our last beat here, F, A, C, F. It's a good old 1 chord. Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just having a good time in F. Now, we can confirm here that F is tonic, because if we stop right here, it should feel like a good place to stop. It should feel like tonic. Let's try it. That's okay. That could be the end of the piece. It'd be an awfully short piece, but we get it, right? It's okay. So let's keep going. Here's another B flat. So let's just delete the flat because it's in the key signature. So what do we have here? B, D, F, G. Okay. So probably G, B flat, D, F, right? So 2, 7. So something's getting a little weird, but not too weird, because this is really, we should call this 2, 6, 5. If we're going to write our inversions down, I'm going to call it a 2, 6, 5. So it's a 7th chord on 2, but it's not out of key. So it's not a dominant 7 chord. It's perfectly fine. It's in key. So let's leave that. Here we have C, E, C. So that, with a lot of C right there. So that really kind of points to a 5 chord, because we're doubling the root. It's in the bass, C, E. That's 5 chord. And then here, F, A, C, F. A 1 chord. So we have a little perfect authentic cadence right there, right? 5-1. Great. Okay, so what happens next? Now we get into these C sharps start popping up. So something strange is about to happen. Okay, so this video is getting quite long, so let's break it and cut to a new one and figure out the modulation in the next part.